Welcome back to the Nino G Show. I'm your host, stopping tyranny or at least trying to exploit it. Thanks for being part of the show. If you find yourself pretty ticked off of these politicians, or you find yourself not really that diverse in politics, smash that subscribe button. We're going to learn today. Welcome to the show. Propaganda and indoctrination. Words that we used to hear from the Soviet Union. World War II was huge. The propaganda campaigns. It's real big with North Korea. But can it be that it is so ingrained into our society right now? The propaganda campaigns and the indoctrination from the radical left, which is being perpetrated on us by the sensational news outlets and, well, look at every single facet of our life. Our education systems, the media, Hollywood. Propaganda is everywhere. And recently with Project Veritas, it's an underground journalism campaign there that exploits tyranny, and it also exploits the shadiness that below the fluff words and the words that the American people are supposed to be tricked at, they exploit what's going on behind scenes. They got on the map a couple years back for exploiting that Planned Parenthood was actually selling baby parts, etc. But recently they came out and they went on a couple Tinder dates with the CNN technical director. I think his name was Charlie Chester, I believe. But he came out and said some alarming things. But now, as being a political scientist behind the microphone, now these words that I keep saying, propaganda, indoctrination, has come true. And now we can actually see it. I know a lot of us Americans need burning bushes in front of us to understand or believe things. But I got it for you today. But before we go into any of that, I want to show you, or even just talk about, what is the definition of propaganda? What is the definition of indoctrination? Propaganda. Pronounced.
Propaganda.
Very good. First definition. Not really pertaining to us. Number 2, the spreading of ideas, information, or rumor for the purpose of helping or injuring an institution, i.e. America, a cause, freedom and liberty, or a person, the individual Americans. Definition 3, ideas, facts, or allegations spread deliberately to further one's cause or to damage an opposing cause. A good example of this is the fact that the radicals, so this racist administration that's in there right now, is putting racists in high power and high positions of power, causing irreparable damage to an opposing cause, our freedom, liberty, justice for all. My example to this is the UN ambassador to the U.S., Linda Thomas Greenfield, told the Human Rights Council that the original sin of slavery weaved white supremacy into our founding documents. You know, and I find that so offensive, because if our founding documents were so racist and so terrible, why is there millions of illegals trying to enter this country every single year? Miss Linda Thomas Greenfield. So what happens was, she was delivering a speech at the virtual National Action Network conference Wednesday, where she argued that the imperfect union of America must approach issues of equity, buzzword, and justice at a global scale with humility. So it's not equality, because our founders understood, this is I guess this is pretty racist, but even in the Declaration of Independence, they realized that every single person was created equal with certain unalienable rights, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, also property. But I want you, this is the most alarming thing. So if you look at the old episodes with Anthony Blinken and his embarrassment on the stage against the Chi-Coms, he was echoing some talking points that all these radicals are doing, these anti-Americans that are in right now. Listen to this one, what she said to the Human Rights Council. We have to acknowledge that we are an imperfect union, and we have been since the beginning. And every day we strive to make ourselves more perfect and more just. In a diverse country like ours, that means committing to do the work. Oh man, she told the human rights body. So this body includes China, Cuba, Venezuela, Saudi Arabia, and North Korea, that the United States needed to engage trailblazing groups like yours to order to improve. Oh my goodness. Are we under attack? Indoctrinate. Pronounced
Indoctrinate.
Very good. To imbue with a usually partisan or sectarian opinion, point of view, or principle. Definition 2, to instruct, especially in the fundamentals or rudiments. The American people are being propagandized and indoctrinated. We are being spewed propaganda, and they are indoctrinating our youth, our adults, actually everybody. Let's get right into it here. Charlie Chester, the CNN technical director, was just busted with the old truth bomb the other day. He went on a Tinder date, and he got duped by the old pretty woman. Let's hear what Charlie Chester has to say. This is pretty alarming, so brace yourself.
I think we got him through this term. We would always show shots of him jogging, him in aviator shades, and like you paint him as a young geriatric.
We were creating a story there that we didn't know anything about. So that's I think that's propaganda.
Oh, man, he just busted it out. He thinks that's propaganda. Let me explain what they were talking about. They were painting pictures. They were using the tactics of indoctrination and propaganda to condition the American people's minds to believe that basement-dwelling Biden, Benedict Biden himself, was in fact the savior going on. When he was talking about this last thing with Donald Trump, he said that is propaganda. This is whenever he was walking down the ramp at West Point, and he was walking real slow, and the media decided to say, "Oh my goodness, Donald Trump is unfit for office mentally and physically. Look at him walk slowly down this ramp," and created all this hoot and holler about nothing. And that's how they created that propaganda campaign. Charlie Chester, keep showing us how CNN works.
Look what we did. We got Trump out. I am 100% going to say it. And I 100% believe it, that if it wasn't for CNN, I don't know that Trump would have got voted out.
I 100% agree with that.
Our focus was to get Trump out of office, right? Without saying it, that's what it was, right? So our next thing is going to be for climate change awareness.
Do you think it's going to be just like a lot of fear, like climate?
Yeah, fear sells. Fear sells. No one
That is the truth.
never says those things out loud, but it's
Oh, man, oh freaking man. Please start waking up. Wake your friends up. Wake your family up. Talk about it. Get involved in politics. Get involved with what's happening to us. Don't let it affect you to where it's going to drive you nuts, but be cognizant of it, because these same radicals that have been trying to destruct America as founded since the beginning, now they're in power and they have absolute power, and they're trying to change a lot of things in the eyes of fairness, equality, diversity, race. Everything that you're like, oh, buzzword, this is really nice. I think they have good intentions. They don't. I've been watching them for 17 years do this, and it is very bad. And this is the most alarming part of my lifetime. I've never seen anything like this. They are duping the American people. They are keeping you distracted, all in the eyes of absolute power. Stand up for liberty. Don't be afraid to challenge the narrative. I hope you learned something today. If you did, smash that subscribe button. If you think someone else could learn about it, spread the word like a wildfire. Thanks for being a part of the Nino G Show. Until next time. I don't have any music to get out to because of copyright infringements. I don't want to get hit with that. So have a great day, everybody. Love your neighbor. Stick up for America. Fight for it. Because this is the last frontier. Catch you on the next one.